Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And a customer of mine actually bought these knives from Laser Bits. He was looking at some knives, and I told him, and they're really a pretty nice knife. They're almost like they say they're a gentleman's knife. They're not the best made knife in the world, but for $6.29, so probably $7.50 with shipping. And he brought them to me, and he wanted them engraved on both sides. And the best way I know how to do it is to take the time, and I highlighted my hairline in yellow tonight and made it a little bit thicker so you could see it on the video. So I actually, and there's plenty of videos that show how you could draw that shape and get it perfect. I mean, I got it perfect the first time. So then I went to the laser and I cut it out. I cut it out of 1/8 inch plywood. And the reason for that is the knife blade sets about 1/8 of an inch off the handle. So when this goes down in this well or this hole, it sets perfectly flat. Now this is a mistake. I forgot to flip it around when I did the other side. But these are actually the knives I engraved. So we had a little bit of interference here. We had a piece of steel here and a piece of steel here and a piece of steel here that I had to miss. And I wanted the logo as big as I could get it without interfering with these pieces of steel. And that's relatively easy, and there's a couple of videos on how to do that. So on the one with the energy, I made this box right here exactly the shape of my text. And then with my door open, after I'd focused, so you want to cut out your plywood, and as you can see, I've got it taped to the laser, so a couple reasons, so it won't move, and one, I won't forget to move it. And then you just take your piece of blue tape and grab that little piece and take it out, so you've got a well. And then go in and focus your laser on that knife, and then send it back home. And then with your door open and your red dot pointer, run this line. And so my brass or steel was like right here and like right here and right here. So I knew as long as my text is inside that box, I know I'm not going to hit the steel. And I had to run 27 of them. And the customer actually sent me the names in an email. And whenever you cut and paste off an email, it's going to come up as a paragraph text, but you just go to text and then go to convert to regular text. And then I went ahead and took all the names, and I originally had I think I had them on 16 points. I made them all the same. And then as I went, like this longer name, I made it, well, let's just see what I made it. I made it 12 points to fit in there. So we've done the one side, and I know that there's ways to, Corel will automatically put those in there, and you could do more than one. But when you're working around these pieces of brass, it's not going to hurt your laser, but it's sure going to mess up your engraving. So you only got one shot, and especially with its customer's knife, and I didn't have any to replace it. So then what I did, I just drew the same box, or a different box this time, and I made sure I ran it, and I missed the deal. And then I made a crosshair in my box, so I know that that's the center of my box, and if I'm happy, I actually snap to the center, but I always zoom in and just look at it and make sure I'm in the center. And then you press run and run that knife. And it only took like less than 30 seconds, and just take that name out and go get the next name. Now, the only word of warning I would say when you're doing this, you have 27 knives, you got 27 names. just kind of keep track if because you've already run a couple of tests, so your laser's on the 5th job. Well, then that's the 6th one. This one's the 7th one. You've got to keep track, because when you go to print, and if you haven't hit, the right, and I don't have a printer hooked up, but after you go to preferences, and then you hit OK, and then you hit this, if by chance you didn't actually hit it, and you missed it, and you're off, it's going to print that same name again, and you've got 2 knives with one name, and now you're short a knife, and it can't easily be replaced. But you can just see how I made that one name just a little bit smaller. This is really a simple job. I'm not going to post this file, but if you ever buy those knives and you have tried cutting it out, email me or Facebook me, message me, and I'll send you this cut line. I mean, it was dead on. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.